Check this out. So I'm testing out a new integration with SmartSuite with a product called Bardeen. Bardeen is similar to Make and Zapier where it automates and can move data around. However, it also scrapes the web very well and can move that data obviously right into different tools. So we just rolled out a SmartSuite integration. I'm going to run a quick test. So I'm going to delete all the sample data over here for the purpose of our test. We're going to delete all the properties. And what I have over here is a simple SmartSuite solution, SmartSuite application called Zillow Test. And we have a title, which is really going to be the address. So let's change this to address. And we'll update the field. And we're going to track the address as the title because that's going to be the unique identifier. Number of baths, bedroom, a direct link to the Zillow listing, the size, so square footage of the property, and the price. Those are the key things that I want to scrape from Zillow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Zillow over here, and let me just I'm going to close out for a moment just so that we can see what we got over here. So running a quick Zillow search on a certain zip code, and I have a whole list of properties, and I'd want to basically, the use case would be grab all the information that we have over here on Zillow, put that in a SmartSuite database so I can start filtering, maybe have some sort of like embedded view on my website, show it the prospects I'm working with, but then be able to quickly go back into to the Zillow listing. So how would I easily grab this information? And so that's a great use case for Bardeen. I'm going to run the Bardeen automation. First, I'm going to edit it. So what I have over here is basically a scraper. So it's basically scraping information from Zillow. I'll walk through in a different video how to actually set that up. But the cool piece over here that I'm trying to test out is the integration with SmartSuite. So when I come in here for the first time, it asks me, obviously it's going to ask me for my API key and solution and workspace ID, which I did already. Now it's asking me, okay, so for this particular use case or playbook, as Bardeen calls it, what solution should we put the data in? And so I'm going to say Bardeen test, and then I'm going to say the Zillow test application. And then I have all my fields from SmartSuite, and then I have to map the fields that I'm scraping off the web to SmartSuite. So like we said, address, we're going to put in the location. That's going to be the unique identifier. Description, we're going to skip for now. Number of baths, number of bedrooms. Let's do square footage. And we can do now the direct link, so property URL. And last but not least, we're going to do the price. Okay, so now I have all the fields that I'm scraping from Zillow website mapped to my SmartSuite fields. We're going to hit done. And this is my simple automation. Obviously, I could have technically added many actions and conditions. And as you'll see over here, they've got many, many different apps that you can choose from. In this case, I'm going to run a simple use case, scraping data off of Zillow website and moving it to create new records in SmartSuite for each piece of data for each property that I'm scraping off of Zillow. We're going to hit done, and we're going to run this playbook and see how it goes. So all I got to do is now click on the active tab. I have Zillow in the background. You'll notice that in the background, the page starts scrolling, the properties start moving very quickly. And that's the cool piece about Bardeen. Things happen very quickly. And before you know it, here I go. It looks like it's been a success. And so let's hop over to SmartSuite and see if all the data really came in. We're going to refresh the SmartSuite page. And there we have it. Look at this beauty. I get excited from these things. I don't know about you, but over here we have all the data that we just scraped from Zillow. We have the unique addresses. We have the number of bedrooms in a single select. We have the number of bedrooms and bathrooms in a single select. We have the direct link, which will take us back to the specific property, to the specific listing in Zillow. So for example, for 38 Cambridge Court, if I click the link, it should be taking me into the direct, there we go, direct listing of 38 Cambridge Court. So the direct links and unique links are working. Next, we have the square footage. So I have a unique square footage for each one of these properties, and I have the total price. Look at that beauty. Folks, what can I tell you? This is just this is what I was hoping for, and so it looks like the integration is working. Would love to hear your use cases. I mean, potential use cases is absolutely, like you saw, you can scrape public informational websites that have all sorts of listings, and you can actually manipulate the data before it goes into SmartSuite. Other use case might, I mean, and by the way, those use cases, think of, you can scrape anything from Indeed for like recruiting use cases. You can scrape LinkedIn or other company databases for sales use cases. You can scrape Zillow or Redfin for property use cases. And then there's obviously, I mean, you can start things. So obviously, if you go, I'm going to go into the Bardeen for a second, and we'll set up a new playbook just so that you can see, right? You can start from, I can get information from SmartSuite, right? So I can get a record, get a comment, get an application, get a solution, pull data from there and manipulate it, put it in some other applications. So really, like I said, think of this as like a Zapier or a Make, where you can connect all these different tools. You've got WhatsApp, Zoom, Twitter, Slack, SMS, Notion, Pipedrive, Jira, Drive, Google Calendar, Google Docs, Coda, ClickUp, Airtable, SmartSuite. You know, think of whatever you want. Those are just the suggestion. So we've got a few more over here as well. And they're constantly adding more and more apps, but they have a tremendous strength around scraping data. And you can just take a look at all the actions that you can do over here: add, archive, call, clear, convert, copy, curate. I mean, to me, this is a great tool. Another use case I've actually seen on this is being able to monitor websites for changes. So instead of the use case of scraping Zillow, I can maybe monitor specific properties for price changes. And that opens up a whole world of like e-commerce use cases. Monitor your competitors' websites for price changes, or if you want to buy a specific item and you want to make sure, you know, you're monitoring the price change, or maybe a item is unavailable and you're monitoring it for when the website updates that it becomes available. Maybe you're looking at Amazon listings and just keeping track that you're priced competitively against your competitors on Amazon. So, I mean, I think this opens up a whole host of applications and use cases, and really looking forward to hearing what use cases you come up with.